Hi, and welcome to episode number 12 of Get Involved Pittsburgh here on PCTV 21 and 47. My name's Tom Baker, and I'm your host for the show. Hope that you enjoy watching our Jefferson Award-winning Get Involved Pittsburgh television program here on PCTV 21. Been doing it for a couple years now. Always enjoy doing the show, and we've got a great slate of guests here for episode number 12. We're focusing on the idea of being empowered in Pittsburgh. We've got one of the co-authors of the book, Empowered in Pittsburgh, that's going to be with us here in just a minute or two, Ashley Boyne-Schuck. We also have Tim Lessick, Jada Shiriel from Every Child. We've got Bridget Kennedy from Bidwell Training Center, and Maggie Graham from ELDI. So we've got a great slate here for you in episode number 12. Empowered in Pittsburgh, it's a concept, it's an idea, and hopefully it's a movement. My wife and I, Erin, we came here in 2003 to go to graduate school. Our plan was to live in Pittsburgh for 2 years and just go back to the suburbs of Philly, go to Harrisburg, go to somewhere else, and kind of start our young professional lives there after graduate school. But we got involved in the city. We got empowered in Pittsburgh, started joining organizations, getting on committees, being mentors, serving in a lot of leadership roles here, doing leadership programs. It's really that kept us here in Pittsburgh, that helped us get empowered in Pittsburgh. So that's an important thing that I want you to think about at home. How can you become more empowered in Pittsburgh? What organizations, what committees, what groups, what causes need you to get involved and support them here in our city, in our regions? Our fourth guest on episode number 12 of Get Involved Pittsburgh is Tim Lessick from Global Solutions Pittsburgh. Tim, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
How are things going at GSP, Global Solutions Pittsburgh?
Very well. We're keeping busy with ourselves.
That's good. Well, for those watching at home or online that don't know about Global Solutions Pittsburgh, what kind of stuff do you guys do?
Sure. Global Solutions Pittsburgh, we are a local nonprofit, and what we do is we work to educate Western PA about international issues. We want to make sure that the community here in Pittsburgh is engaging with things that are happening around the world and being involved citizens. So
I think what made it most simple for me to understand with what you guys do, you actually kind of host those Model UN conferences.
That's right. That's right. Part of two of the big tracks of our programming, we go into the schools and work with teachers and students alike, make sure that they're aware of these issues and can teach them to one another. And we do that through Model United Nations and experiential learning programs like that. And then we have a public side to our programs as well. We do community discussions, we do public lectures, international happy hours. We do all kinds of stuff.
That's great. Yeah. And how long has Global Solutions Pittsburgh been around?
This is our 65th year, actually.
Wow.
We were founded in 1940.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. We were founded in 1947.
Okay.
So right here in Pittsburgh.
Right. And then the team, you're on board. Michelle Cahill,
Yep.
Dan Giovanelli. What's your role? What are the different roles within the office?
Well, I'm the manager of public programs. So with that, I run all of those public programs that I mentioned: community discussions, public lectures, international happy hours, conferences that we happen to do. I also manage all of our websites, all of our social media, again.
Yeah, absolutely.
All of our publications, our design. I wear many hats.
Yeah, I think the first time I met you was actually you were talking about social media at our first cohort of the Fast Track program.
That's
You
right.
came into one of our guest speakers.
That's right.
I was very impressed by you. Actually won our Emerging Male Leader Award at the second annual Service Summit. So definitely some collaboration just on a Get Involved level. I mean, with Global Solutions, we do the annual Empowership Conference together, which is coming up. Very soon, and then also collaborated on the third cohort of the Fast Track Community Leaders
Program.
International
Fast Track.
A lot of good synergy, I think, between Get
stuff.
Involved and GSP. That's what it's about, right?
Indeed.
So what have you found? I mean, working with other organizations, what do you think is the importance of partnering with other groups? Not just Get Involved, but all the different groups.
Yeah, no, definitely. We love partnering with other organizations in Pittsburgh. We have a pretty small niche in terms of different programs that are available to the public, just because so much of what we do is involved in the schools and takes place in the classroom. So our public programs are only so much of what we do. So it's great to be able to partner with programs and reach different audiences and build our network of friends here in Pittsburgh. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, and we've talked a little bit on this episode about building a movement, if it's Glitzburg, Arthritis Ashley, if it's starting your own event, Executives Got Talent, whatever it is, we've been talking about starting something, right? Being empowered in Pittsburgh. I mean, that's really what it's all about. For you, you actually started, I think, a program that's a pretty big part of Global Solutions. Now, tell us, is it PHRN?
PHRN, the Pittsburgh Human Rights Network.
Yeah.
Basically, that's kind of how I found my way to Global Solutions Pittsburgh. We created this project in 2009 as a means to kind of make sure that different human rights groups in the city of Pittsburgh were aware of one another and were working together to reach out to build a bigger audience here in Pittsburgh. So
that's great. It's going well?
Yeah, it's going very well. We do a ton of public programming through that. We work with student groups and community organizations alike to connect them. And we just unveiled a new initiative under that project called the Student Microgrant Program.
And we're
going to work with college groups that are focused on human rights and offer up to $500 for them to submit a grant to us to put on a human rights program or a campaign here in Pittsburgh that works to raise awareness about international human rights.
Okay. What are some issues that you see that are kind of brewing now, or that are big things that are being discussed within that,
With international human rights, I'd say there's a lot of ethnic conflict throughout the world. If you look at the two Sudans, they're very much at the brink of war all the time. Conflict minerals in the Congo is a big issue. There's human trafficking. There's a lot of issues, unfortunately.
Here's a question, though, Tim. I think you guys probably get this on a fairly regular basis. So we've got some problems here in the region, right? It's definitely not. I mean, Pittsburgh's awesome, but it's not perfect, right?
Yeah.
Why should people focus on international issues when we've got some problems here at home? Tough question, but I mean.
No, totally. We get it all the time.
Okay.
For us, we think it's important for citizens here in Pittsburgh to be aware of what's happening in the world, because as most of you probably know, the world is becoming a very connected, globalized place.
Sure, yeah.
Things that are happening at the moment, even the drought in America, is affecting food aid in Africa and other parts of the world. So it's very important, that we think anyway, that people understand how the world works. It's very interconnected.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, Dan Giovanelli is very involved with Rotary as well. Rotary International. I mean, we serve a similar purpose and see the value in it well. But just for people that are kind of curious about why to get involved in these other things. Tell us a little bit. So we worked together on this Empowership conference.
Yeah.
Now, is Empowership a real word?
Empowership's not a real word.
It's not a real word. I actually Googled it. I did Google it. You did Google it. Because Dan Giovanelli was like, why don't we go with Empowership? And I was like, Google, and it is not a real word. So,
however,
what's the
leadership and empowerment are.
They are.
So we decided to combine them.
So we had it last year.
Yeah,
we're having
last
it
year was our first year. This year we're hoping to ramp it up a little bit. We got some great workshops about basically how to be a better leader on campus, within your community. You're going to do Finding Your Passion, which is fantastic. How to be empowered in your community and get involved in different organizations and things like that. So we have a great lineup of workshops.
And is it for middle school students, young professionals? Who kind of comes to this thing?
Everything from high school to college and young professionals alike. There's a lot of really practical skills as well that are going to be talked about during the conference. So I think it's good for a lot of people.
That's great.
Yeah.
And what are the goals for Global Solutions kind of moving forward? You, Dan, Michelle, your board, all those interns. You guys manage a lot of interns there at GSP.
We do.
What are kind of some of your goals moving forward for GSP?
Goals moving forward, we're going to continue on our public programs, our community discussions. We're going to start doing them every month in 2013. So we're pretty excited about that. We have a big banquet coming up that we're going to do for our annual membership meeting. So we're pretty excited about that. We have student empowership.
Right.
We're getting the student microgrant program underway. Michelle is going to be in the schools left and right doing her thing.
Good.
So yeah, it's going to be a very busy end of the year.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. So for our viewers at home that might be interested in Global Solutions Pittsburgh, how do they keep in touch with you guys?
Well, you can go to our website. It's www.globalsolutionspgh.org, or you can check us out on Facebook and Twitter at Global Solutions Pittsburgh. And always feel free to talk to one of us.
Very good. Well, thanks, Tim. Just on a get involved level, thanks for doing Fast Track together. We appreciate that. Student empowership, there's just a lot of good things going on between GSP and Get Involved. So
definitely.
We appreciate it. And keep up the good work. Congrats on all of your success.
Thank you.
Your young professional life. You're doing a graduate degree, I believe.
That's right. Yeah, I'm in the graduate school at GSP at Pitt.
Enjoying it?
Yeah, it's a good time.
Very good. You're going to hang around Pittsburgh maybe afterwards?
Yes, I think for a minute, but we'll see.
Okay. All right. I hope you stay here, because to be empowered in Pittsburgh, you got to stay in Pittsburgh, Mr. Tim Blasick. But thanks very much for the good work you're doing. Thanks for being on the show. We're going to wrap it up with Bridget Kennedy. We'll be back in just a minute with Bridget Kennedy from Bidwell Training Center. Thanks.